Hello, I'm Matt Schwartz. I'm current president of the Temple, Adath, Israel, Brith, Sholom, here in Louisville, Kentucky. It is 2018. It is the 175th anniversary of the Temple, and I'm standing here again with Rabbi Emeritus Chester Diamond, and we're today in the Waller Chapel, and you wanted to tell us about the windows that most of us never see.
Right. I call these the secret windows of the Waller Chapel.
And because these are above and behind.
They are above the roof line, and you can't see them unless you're one of the rabbis on the bima. Everyone else is facing the front, and they don't get to see the windows in the rear of the sanctuary.
Gotcha. So what's the theme of the windows that we see?
The theme is that those three windows tell what a synagogue is.
Okay.
The first one is the synagogue as a house of prayer. And the main symbol in that window is a menorah. And it's an oil menorah, the smoke coming from each of the branch of the menorah.
Okay.
And moving upward. The center one, the center window, is the synagogue as a house of study. And you can see the Ten Commandments at the center, laying in the middle of an open Torah scroll. And you can see the winding holes of the Torah scroll up toward the top of the window.
Okay.
You
absolutely.
What I'm referring to? The third window is the synagogue as a house of communal gathering. And there the main images are circles. The smallest circle at the center represents the congregation. And then the concentric circles, the next larger circle is the community, and the next larger circle is the country, and then you have the world. So they all move outward. But the amazing thing about, I started with the other window, but we'll go back there. The amazing thing about that window is there's an optical illusion.
And we're in the third window?
In the third window, it's an optical illusion. It looks like each circle, congregation, community, country, world, are separate.
Okay.
But they're not. The artist deftly made an optical illusion of those circles so that they are really a spiral. They're connected to each other. So the congregation is connected to the community, is connected to the country, is connected to the larger sphere of the world itself. And that is an amazing aspect of that window. The synagogue as a house of communal gathering, the middle one, the synagogue as a house of study, and there you have the Ten Commandments and an open Torah scroll, and the first window all the way on the left is a house of prayer. And the artist did not have many symbols. He used the symbol of the menorah over and over again. So when we go into the main sanctuary, we'll see a symbol of the menorah. And here we have a menorah that represents an oil lamp with smoky smoke curling forth from each of the branches of the menorah. But those three windows have other principles that lie behind them. The synagogue as a house of prayer is based on the principle, according to the Talmud, the principle of truth. You see, what could be truer than the words or the thoughts coming forth from each person from their heart? So that synagogue as a house of prayer represents the truth that comes from your heart. And the second principle is the one of justice, which is one of the main teachings in the Torah. Justice, justice shall you pursue. And the last window, the third window, is the principle of shalom, of peace. The circle is always a good expression geometrically of shalom, because it has no beginning and no end. But of course, the artist gave it kind of a beginning and end because he made it into a spiral.
Right.
They look separate, but they're not separate. The congregation is connected to the community, is connected to the country, is connected to the world. And so you have three windows that most of the congregation can't see unless they were facing the rear of the sanctuary. And the rabbis get to look at those windows all the time.
Well, and those that are invited up,
they're above the roof line, so you can't see them from the hallway.
or outside.
Only visible if you're on the bima and looking toward the rear of the sanctuary.
And I guess that makes them even more important treasures of the temple because
Right.
they are.
I call them the secret treasures of the temple. Synagogue as a house of prayer, synagogue as a house of study, synagogue as a house of communal gathering.
Thank you.